AJ Vikings. Back again. I am back. Tell a friend. I'm here to talk about the Vikings' incredible comeback over the Colts. Obviously, I already talked about this. Yes, you can go ahead and put in the chat. You already talked about this, JJ. You already talked about this, JJ. But there are some team stats and player stats to go around. So obviously, you have to do that too, right? Right? Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. Yeah. Um. So let's just see what the heck happened. Um, I don't even know if stats are enough to just explain what the heck happened in that game because that was just absolutely incredible. But man, oh man, this team, this team. Starting off with the Vikings, Kirk Cousins completed 34 of his 54 passes for 460 yards, 4 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Dalvin Cook with 95 rushing yards on 17 carries, averaging over 5 yards per carry. CJ Ham, one yard on 2 carries. Same thing with Alexander Madison. KJ Osborne with a career day, 157 receiving yards and 1 touchdown, averaging 15.7 yards per catch. Justin Jefferson, 12 receptions, 123 yards, 1 touchdown, 10.2 yards per catch. Dalvin Cook had that 95 had 95 receiving yards, including that 64-yard touchdown on a screen pass. He averaged 23.8 yards per every receiving catch that he had, for every reception that he had, and 1 touchdown. Adam Thielen, the red zone assassin and touchdown machine, getting another one of his touchdowns. Man, all he does is catch touchdowns. That's what it feels like. So he had 3 catches, 41 yards, 13.7 yards per catch to go with his 1 touchdown. TJ Hawkinson, 3 catches, 33 yards, averaging 11 yards per catch. And TJ Hawkinson also had that clutch 2-point conversion catch to tie the game up. Johnny Munt checked in with 7 yards receiving, CJ Ham with 4. Eric Kendricks, 7 tackles, Shandon Sullivan, 5 tackles, and he should have had a fumble recovery for a touchdown if the refs weren't whatever. If the refs just weren't being so dumb, Yeah, it seemed like the refs are kind of biased against the Vikings. I don't know. That may not be the case, but they should not have ruled Shandon Sullivan to not be in the end zone because that was just not the best idea. And Harrison Phillips had 4 tackles. Brian Asamoah with 4 tackles. See, Brian Asamoah, he only had 4 tackles because we've been putting Jordan Hicks in a bit more often. We got to put Brian Asamoah out there a little bit more. He can make things happen. He can definitely make things happen when he has the opportunity. Zadarius Smith had half a sack, better than nothing. 4 tackles. Harrison Smith with 4 tackles. Jordan Hicks with 3 tackles. Kairos Tonga, 3 tackles. I hope I pronounced that right, by the way. Patrick Peterson, 3 tackles. Daniel Hunter, 1.5 sacks, 2 tackles. Duke Shelley, 2 tackles. Dalvin Tomlinson, 1 tackle. Chris Boyd, 1 tackle. DJ Wan on 1 tackle. Yeah. I'm surprised they put Asazi Otomehu in there, by the way. Oh, by the way, if you're curious, Asazi Otomehu, and I spelled his name wrong by accident. Ooh. Asazi Otomehu used to play for the Minnesota Golden Gophers, so he has experience with being in the great state of Minnesota. He played for the Gophers in college, and we drafted him in 2022, aka this year. And really, really happy that we got him. He's a great edge rusher who can also be used as a defensive lineman, like a nose tackle or something like that. But anyway, yep, that's who he is. Kene Wangu had himself a nice day too. King Kene, 6 returns, 159 yards, 26.5 yards per return for him. Jalen Rieger, only 13 yards on 3 punt returns. Greg Joseph, 1 for 1 on field goals, 100%. Scored 7 total points for the Vikings, and his longest field goal was 40 yards. Ryan Wright, 5 attempts for punts, 231 yards in total for his punts, and 2 of them were inside the 20, and he averages 46.2 yards per punt, referring to this game, obviously. For the Colts, Matt Ryan, 182 yards, 1 touchdown, completing 19 of his 33 passes, Zach Moss had 81 yards rushing. Deion Jackson at 55 yards rushing. Michael Pittman at 30 yards rushing. Ashton Doolin at 5 yards rushing. Matt Ryan, none. Michael Pittman was 60 receiving yards, leading the Colts in receiving that game. Jelani Woods, 36 receiving yards. Killen Granson, 34 receiving yards. Ashton Doolin, 25 receiving yards. Paris Campbell, 13 yards. Jonathan Taylor, 13 yards, even though he got injured that game. Deion Jackson had a receiving touchdown off of one reception. Bobby Okere. Okay, wow. I gotta work on that. Bobby Okereke. Okay, I think I got that right. 6 tackles. Zaire Franklin, 6 tackles. Stephon Gilmore, who is not as good at covering Justin Jefferson, 6 tackles. Kwity Paye, 5 tackles. Deo Odeyingbo, 4 tackles, 2 sacks. Man, that guy was a beast out there. He was out there eating up quarterbacks. Same thing with Paye. Rodney McLeod. Wow, okay, 3 tackles. Isaiah Rogers, 3 tackles. Julian Blackman had an interception and 2 tackles. DeForest Buckner had a sack and 2 tackles. Ifeadi Odenigbo, former Viking, was on the team in 2020. You guys want a picture of him? Sure. Odenigbo. The last time he was on the Vikings was 2020, and he was pretty good on them, but he was all right. He was all right. It wasn't too bad, you know. Yeah, the Colts did sign him though, and he had a fantastic game. So, yeah, that's basically all there is to it. But he did have some great sacks for the Vikings though. What do we got here? Yeah, Deo Odeyingbo and Ifeadi Odenigbo. Man, so many similar last names. Those are some similar last names. Odenigbo, Odeyingbo. I mean, come on, totally not confusing. Yeah, DeForest Buckner, like I said, 1 sack, 2 tackles. Ifeadi Odenigbo, 2 sacks, 1 tackle, coming back to haunt Kirk Cousins and his old team. Yannick Ngakoue. Oh my gosh, another former Viking. He's bounced around the league. He's been the Vikings, the Raiders, and now the Colts. The Colts signed him. Man, he's been around. He has been around when you think about it. Played for the Vikings in 2020. I believe he was a rookie at that time. I mean, for a guy who's only been in the NFL for about 3 years, he's really been around the league. That's crazy. Wow, that's honestly crazy. Let's see. Yeah, 2 tackles. Dallas Flowers, 2 tackles. Rodney Thomas, 1 tackle and 3 interceptions. I mean, why? Why did I say it like that? 1 tackle and 1 interception. That's better. EJ Speed, 1 tackle. Grover Stewart, 1 tackle, 1 sack. Nick Cross, 1 tackle. Dallas Flowers. Man, he was hurting us with these kick returns. 157 yards, averaging 35 yards per return. Wow. Their kicker, Chase McLaughlin, had a busy day. 5 for 5, 100% of his field goals completed. 52 yards was his longest field goal and scored 18 total points for the team. Matt Hack, 305 yards punting. Oh my. I can't believe that. That's just fantastic, man. That's just fantastic. Like, I mean, what can you do? I don't know what I can do about that. And 3 of those punts were inside the 20-yard line. Man. Oh, what a game. That was an incredible comeback. I'll keep you guys company. I'll keep you guys posted with some team stats for the Vikes in that incredible game against the Colts. Man, this team. Why is this team like this? Why is this team like this? Still 11-3 though. Still 11-3. We're fighting through it. We're fighting hard. We're fighting hard to try and get the playoffs and possibly, very possibly, win a Super Bowl. But until next time, JJ Vikings crew. Skull Vikings. And hopefully, we somehow beat the Giants on Saturday. Funny thing, I have a friend who's a Giants fan, and every time the Giants lose, he's like, I don't even know what happened. I don't even know how we did that, But yeah, I wish nothing but luck to the Vikings. And until next time, thank you guys for watching JJ Vikings Crew. Skull Vikings.